Good morning, Titan City. I'm your man Alien, and you're watching the last cyber news this year. Alright, let's do this. The last cyber news this year. I will talk about, of course, the first release of 2023 full preview, and after that, I will make like small summary for what was going on, what will be going on, like crazy stuff. Okay. So, straight to the release. So please check it out. It's like Outbreak on Fury 11. You already saw that from the small preview. Now you can see the whole range of the minis. Of course, I have this small poster over here. I really like this. This was the thing. I think this year that I started to make those posters. I know this is nothing important, super important in terms of miniatures, but still I think they make some kind of like overview of the atmosphere that is going in this release. So over here you have like Alien 3, Dead Space, Callisto Protocol, lots of horrors, even some Alien 4, lots of stuff that I love. We of course have Grim Realms, and we of course also have Hyperfront, so straight to it. Over here there is an overview of all of the minis. In the middle we have Titan City Stories with the Outbreak on Fury 11. Fury 11 is of course the hint for the movie Alien 3, where there was everything was going on the Fury 161, the Fiorina planet. On the left you see the overview of the Grim Realms, when we have, like you said in the comments, some space chickens or something like that. Nonetheless, they are beautiful minis. And on the right we have stuff from Hyperfront. So, over here is like all the minis, and I will go through the sections of each of the release. Over here we have prisoners from the Fury, and like in the story from the post there was like that everything is going on this prison where there is an outbreak, and the prisoners have those collars that are explosive, so they cannot leave the prison. They have to fight with the pathomorphs, and we also have some guards that can also fight, but they can leave the prison. So there's that. This is actually like great setup for some kind of game, but this is what we do on the month basis. So in the center you have a guy that is obviously related to space engineer from Dead Space, Isaac Clarke, and I named him Kent, so like Clark Kent, like so weird connections, but I like this kind of stuff. And he has the suit that all the prisoners have, but also with some kind of mining equipment, so prisoners also work over there. On the left you have Prison Dutton, who is like, strongly inspired from the character from Alien 3. And I don't like making like likenesses like one-to-one, because this is like not appropriate. But he's big, his glasses, he's like very similar to this character. Holt and Fields are like general prisoners. Like, I like to have some emotions on the faces and the poses, so they are like definitely one is scared, another is determined to fight. And prisoner Tanner, she's like callback of course to Ripley, with the torch when she was fighting Alien in Alien 3. And what about the Alien 3? I would like just quickly tell you about, because people hate it. I get it. This is like lots of people hate it because it was expectation for the third Alien installment was very different. I can talk about Alien movies for hours. That's why everybody calls me Alien. But I will just quickly tell you the story why I love the Alien 3 the most, but I love all of them, because I never watched this in specific order. So I didn't start with first one. I started with third one because at the time in the Poland, first two were not available, and at my age the fourth wasn't around because that was like a long time ago. The third one is from 1993, I think, and I watched it in 1995, something around that, and then only this part of Aliens franchise was on the VHS tapes. Yeah, the VHS tapes. I'm that old. So I only watched this, and this is the important part. This was the time where there were no prequels. So nowadays you see the movie, and after that there's like 5 more movies telling you about the guy's diaper, where he was born, what he was doing when he was 10. You know everything about the character. This sucks a bit because it's tearing apart some mysteries from the movies. But back then there was no such things, and Alien 3 was for me like the first Alien. So I saw it started with the death of 2 characters that I was not involved in. So that was not problem for me. I didn't know them, so I actually want to know something about them. I watched all the movie. It was like beautiful, nihilistic, with great music, great color palette. Really, this movie is awesome, and this was like quite scary. I remember the scenes in the basements where they are like alien is blowing candles. Awesome stuff, very scary. But I was interested more because I want to know more, because Ripley over there was like this character who was saying their story, and everyone was like curious about her, why she's so like toughen up, like veteran. And after that I get to saw the other 2 movies, and then I get it. That was like for prequels for me. So that actually I recommend to people to watch this in this order if they never saw the Aliens. I know it's crazy, but it's great to see this like 3, then first one, then the second one, 4th. Yeah, I love it also, but it's weird stuff. And another Prometheus is like other topic, and the Covenant is like just shitty. One good character, Tennessee, is cool, but sorry. I watched it, but I didn't like it very much. But third one, I loved it. Okay, but that's it about the Aliens. I just want to like explain myself why I love it. I hope some of you get it. If not, maybe try it again. It's a really great movie. Okay, but there we have some typical prisoners. The military guys. I like this combo when you have like the mask and the cap. I get this probably from the very old Warzone miniatures from the Light Infantry, Capital Light Infantry. That was great miniatures. Awful, but I like them very much. That was this cap, and also it fits the prison guards. And the guards are equipped with this shock rifle, which is taken from Alien 4 actually. That was very cool rifle. Of course, like pulse rifle from Aliens is iconic, but also from Alien 4. One good thing, maybe some of the good things, but one of them was the design of the weapons. It's weird, but the gun is very cool. It's unpractical, but it looks very cool. So I liked it and wanted to make something similar for the guards. And they also using the batons, and the baton I took from the Callisto Protocol, and I saw this before it was released. Now everyone probably hates it. It's not that good, but design-wise, the baton, the electric baton, the main character is fighting, is very cool. And also this is something from there over here. They are dynamic, screaming, kicking. They like fit to fighting zombies. The pathomorphs. Oh, it's like some of necromorphs, some like zombies, and they also like there was some Neil Blomkamp's short movie called I can't remember the names, but there was a monster that was combining like bodies together, and I want to do something like this over here. And the guy in the middle is like there's 4 guys combined together in the like one body of the monster. We have one walking on his back in the bridge position. The 2 guys, like this guy on the top, he's like, they are connected with the stomach. I think if you need some space zombies, they are like very cool in various stages of mutation. Okay, and APT L688 is like just big prisoner transport. APT stands for Armored Prisoner Transport, and I want it to be reminiscent of the APC from Aliens movies. So not to look the same, but if you can put them together, they will look like from the same universe, something like that. And it's only for transporting prisoners. Quite big mini. I have it somewhere over here already. Like this is the second part. Of course, doors is only on the one side. On the other side, there's no doors because of the like security of putting prisoners in. It came great, but it's quite big. If you like big models, he will be Cool. Also, I have the Patomorphs prints over here. They are not cleaned up, but I just want to assure you that even if they are in these weird positions, they coming in the print beautifully. Okay, let's go more. Okay, the the Grim Realms. Confederator on disc. There's like whole of this the theme of the space chickens, yeah, of course, and some kind of demons, of course. But just take a look at what Martin was done with all the markings, with all the tentacles, all the spikes. Really beautiful stuff. Even if you don't like space chickens, no problem. You can just like take one of two of those, even for some monsters in your RPG sessions or stuff like that. I don't have the prints over here, but they are like in print. They are beautiful. He spent a lot of time to making all the details, like on the disc, on the both sides. Really beautiful stuff. Highly recommended. Already some people liked it, so I have no worries that you will find some use for them, and they are like quite big, so that's also a good thing. And we have a new faction in Hyperfront called the Red Swarm, something like bugs, like something more alien than like normal technology flying in the space. So they're like almost like Great Devourer from similar like setting. The biggest one, it was because when we were concepting this, I came with this idea of make this like from Narada from Star Trek, from the new movies. The movie was not that bad, and the design of the ship was cool, but it's not like similar, but the setting of this very aggressive stuff in the front, they look cool. The other Martin because made a great job with them, and of course if you will paint them, just show it to us. This is the second picture. Yeah, the Christmas Smasher, of course, is added. Like I said in the previous video, I was inspired from Cyberpunk. I loved Cyberpunk. Aliens and Cyberpunk is like my stuff, and I wanted to give you some present, of course, for the Christmas, and like continue the story of Nico Santos. He is also getting into GRIDWARS, so if you play GRIDWARS, you will have possibility to shoot with his snowflake revolver. Of course, and the terrain, the Fury 11, huge modular terrain made by Other Martin. It's huge, big. Of course, we have discussions about adding, so like not everything have to be modular, so to add some stuff like scatter terrain. And we started this already. Like I said, we will be jumping around with those ideas, but you have like this your gym stuff, so that's cool. And of course the bases, if you have closer look after you print it, and just take a look of some signs that Martin put over there, really cool. And I think for the overview that's it. And I would like to make some kind of summary about what we did in the whole year. I have a list over here just to be this quicker and easier for me to do, but generally we developed a lot of GRIDWARS and of course Cyberforge Patreon. For the GRIDWARS there was lots of physical stuff, so we made physical boards for the game, which was problematic at the beginning for the people who want to start to play. We made the starter pack, physical starter pack, because we have already minis online, so that was a lot of work, and it came out awesome. We made a big transformation of the Patreon from one release with bits of minis for everything. We made it into 3 big releases without losing the content, and other way around, just adding the content, so adding more minis. So in reality we have 3 releases instead of 1. So that was a lot of new work, but very, very cool work, and with more opportunities to do cool stuff. And right from this, I would like to thank you, the whole team of Cyberforge. And I would just because I'm not sure if you know, there's always Martin over here, but now we are in different place because we have renovation in office. But of course, there's Martin, who makes stuff for GRIDWARS. There's other Marcin, so we have like two Marcins, which is making stuff. Usually he was making like some single minis, or but monthly he was doing terrains and he was doing bases. So very cool work at this. And just please, if you want, just take a look how much those two guys just like evolve in their skills. So this is very cool. Also, over here we are making most of the concepts ourselves. So Marcin from GRIDWARS, he's also concepting these minis. Really great development on his side. And this is the same thing for Titan City Stories, which I make. So I hope you like it. We developed a bit more our supports for our minis, because earlier we didn't make supports for terrains and bases. Now we make supports for everything. Grzegorz from our support team made an effort to make it better and better. So also thanks for him. Great thanks for the whole GRIDWARS and Hyperfronts team, which are the guys that are designing and testing the rules. So obviously our boss Roman, Kuba, which I presented to him to you in some cyber news, and Radek, and some of other guys, but that is the core. Our main mind behind all the rules is of course the great boss, and after that we are all testing it. So great thanks to that, to those guys. Also, I would like to thank you, our artists that we are working also with in the team. So definitely my man Artai, which is making minis for us. Some additional minis. Valok, which is make great art, great concept art. If we need it, he made also awesome art for the starter pack for GRIDWARS, so I love it. And Vladimir, that is making also some arts for us. And maybe I forgot something. Someone is, if so, I'm sorry, but thank you guys. You are great. And also I would like to thank some collaborators, that because during the year we have some collaborations, so like exchanging of the minis on Patreon, and there are like our great old friends like Popsicles, like One Page Rules. Thank you guys very much. Our new regular collaborators, Archvillain Games. Thanks also, probably someone else, but I may forget. If I'm forgetting, I'm sorry, but we will be making, of course, more collaborations with all of you. Thank you very much. And in the end, I would like to thank you guys, because month to month we have like this wasn't in the beginning. We had like lots of not good comments, but they were actually like good feedback, like 2 years ago. Now we have like great, I think, relationship on the YouTube, on Discord, in the comment section. Everyone is so cool with each other. There's for me the like great thing is that we don't argue. We just of course talk about stuff. Like, you have some ideas, we are trying to develop them. You're helping us to make this happen because we are making this for you. So yeah, without you there would not be Cyber Forge. So thank you, and hope that you will stay with us for the next year. And for the next year we have like, I have to check out the list, but for sure we'll have like lots of events around the world. So probably we will be in the US, you will be in Europe. So there will be always opportunity to meet and to talk about. I still remember some talks that I have on events, so those are staying with me, and this is always awesome to have like feedback face to face. I'm always saying that, but because this is always true. You will see like a lot of GRIDWARS. You will see maybe some more stuff for Hyperfront in physical form, probably on the events. We will, of course, I think at last we'll put out this expansion for the GRIDWARS, because it's getting bigger and getting more complicated, so it'll be probably almost like GRIDWARS 2, but that will be expansion with lots of new stuff and lots of support for the GRIDWARS. You will see our new studio, where we'll be making lots of videos, not only for the Cyberforge, but also for Titan Forge, some for Bloodfields, Hyperfront, GRIDWARS. There will be lots of games, lots of content on YouTube. We are preparing some like physical stuff for our models. We are preparing some new big project on Patreon. So there's like lots of stuff that will be going on. We are like always developing. That's why I'm in the other place over here, because we're like expanding the offices. We are making stuff. There will be like new board games, guys. Like crazy year is ahead of us. So like I said, we are always developing, always getting better, faster, stronger, and for that I hope you will stay with us in the 2023, and as always, stay cool, stay cyber.